With just a few more weeks of classes remaining, that means that final exams are just around the corner. I traveled around Eastern to see where students can get help studying for their finals. As the more than 5,000 students enrolled at Eastern gear up for the final weeks of classes, many students are getting ready to take final exams.
Finals I have are a biology final, a general chemistry 2 final, a pre-calculus final, and a final research paper for college writing.
And all around campus, there are many places where students can get any study help they might need. The Math Achievement Center, or MAC, is located on the first floor of the library. Established in 2011, the MAC is always staffed with tutors that are ready to help with any math class you are taking. Kathleen Dale is the director of the MAC and believes it is important for students to visit the center.
I often find, because I teach here as well, that a peer can sometimes explain things in a way that, so I may think I'm explaining it completely clearly as I teach my students, but when they sit down one-on-one with a peer, there's something about the way that student explains it to them that kind of makes that light bulb click on, and so all of a sudden they understand it. Other students just struggle in a classroom environment to sort of absorb the information. They really sort of come into their own when they're in a one-on-one situation. It just makes that much more sense to them. So I think that can really help. Just comprehension is one thing. But the MAC tutors are also very good at helping the students to realize how they can prepare for a test. So what are the types of things? Students tend to just look at practice problems and follow along and say, oh, I did this, okay, that's what, and the tutors can say, no, you need to practice, you need to actually do it, and they can give them practice problems and help them work through it and give them a prompt and maybe kind of push them in the right direction.
Robert Johnson is a tutor at the MAC and enjoys the interactions he has with students.
I really enjoy when people come in with questions and I answer them and then they understand it, because you can tell it in their faces when they understand something.
The Writing Center, which is also located on the first floor of the library, is another place where students can get help, especially with any final papers that might be due. Dr. Rita Malenchik is the director of the Writing Center, and she believes that students do benefit from visiting the center.
I think a lot of students, particularly just out of high school, don't really understand the expectations of college. So they might be misunderstanding assignments and applying strategies they used in high school, which may have worked successfully, but don't necessarily work in a college setting. Another thing is, you get help with all sorts of things. Understanding assignments is a big thing, and that comes in handy also, throughout your whole life at Eastern. We have also, the peer tutors are undergraduates, and so it's really helpful to talk to another student as opposed to talking to a professor. It's more comfortable. They can explain things to you that you might be uncomfortable asking a professor. They might want to listen to you vent, though that doesn't happen that often. It's beneficial in all sorts of ways just to talk to somebody else about your writing.
Not only do the students who utilize the Writing Center benefit from the experience, but so do the people helping them.
There are so many different people that come in with multiple papers, and it's basically on subjects that I've never taken before. So I'm a communication major, so when somebody comes in with a paper about science, as I'm helping them write better, they're actually teaching me the subject, so I'm learning new things throughout their papers.
And not only is the library home to the Math Achievement Center and the Writing Center, it's also a good place where you can go and get some work done. On the second floor of the library, everyone is welcome to work, whether alone or with a study group.
I like working in the library because it's a quiet place to work. Usually come here with friends.
But the third floor is a quiet study space where students go to get away from any distractions. Dante D'Agostino is one of the many Eastern students who have benefited from these resources throughout the year.
I either go to the library or the MAC to do my math homework, because I go to the MAC. If I have any questions, I can ask one of the many tutors on duty.
Eastern has many different places where students can get the help they need, and most of them are located right here in the library. From the Math Achievement Center, to the Writing Center, to the study rooms on the upper floors. All these resources are here to help you succeed. For ETV News, I'm Tyler Madden.